Hello and welcome back to our HIP Republic of Ireland campaign. Of course, we're still pretty far off becoming the Republic of Ireland. We're still just the Republic of Meath. But we did manage to expand a little bit in the last episode. We took the coastal city up here in Ulster, in Antrim, the city of Dunseverick, so we've added that to our domain, which should help out our income as well, once it recovers a bit from what we did to it. It will be recently conquered for a while here, so it won't be actually doing much for us. But that's okay. Other than that, we were mostly just doing setup stuff. Something I should note here is that we now have a Seas City or County cooldown, which is something that I think we can, and in fact I probably will disable. We can turn off CB cooldowns in the customization decisions. Does it say that it applies to Merchant Republic CBs? I don't think it says, but I think it does. And there are also Merchant Republic rules that we can disable in the customization decisions here as well, which I probably will leave as it is for the moment, but if it proves to be overly restrictive in the future, I might just switch that off too. But we'll try turning off no CB or turning off the CB cooldowns, turning on no CB cooldowns, if you want to put it that way, and see if that gets rid of our Seas City County cooldown. No, apparently this stays, or maybe it just won't appear in future wars. I guess we'll find out. Okay. So let's unpause and see what happens. Our friend Donald Dove is once again inviting us to a gathering of friends to dine and drink, which of course we'll accept. And he's also improved opinion with my angry vassal of the House Umerkada here, who thinks he should be on the council. We aren't going to appoint him to the council, of course, but good that he's happier. We are gaining a reasonable amount of money now, so we can probably look at upgrading things, maybe. We're at our trade post limit, so we can't build any more of those just yet. So I guess we'll look at our Republic holding thing, whatever it's called, the manor, or is it called a manor? I don't know. Anyway, this is like the special holding that you have as a member of a Merchant Republic, which doesn't really exist on the map. It doesn't have like a holding icon anywhere, but it moves around with wherever your character is, basically. So if you're the patrician, it'll be in the capital of the Republic, I think. But it has a lot of useful upgrades that will really help us out. I think we want to go for Fortified Vault, probably. I'll just go through what these are quickly. We get levy size and tax income from the mansion. This is for more levy, levy. There's extra galleys, extra morale of armies, and retinue size from the warehouse, prestige from the gardens, fertility from the wine cellar, interestingly, piety and temple vassal opinion from the secluded shrine, and just income from the fortified vault. So I think we'll go hard on income and get +4 immediately for the fortified vault. I think these upgrades, though, do take a long time to build, so it might actually be worth our while using our steward to reduce the build time on these at some point. We've discovered a plot where this guy seeks to seize one of our trade posts. Let's see. I think we'll just ask him to stop that. He'll agree to. For the time being. Alright, so if we're not going to be able to do another city or county seizure in the near future, we could attempt to take the last de jure county from our duchy here, which I think we should be able to do relatively easily. He's got 1,600 troops to our 2,000 plus. So I think that is going to be our next move. We might wait just a little while here to avoid annoying our vassals too much. We've arrived at Donald's private rooms, where there's plenty of food and drink, and the mood is decidedly merry. Let's get it started. We suggested that we bring out the board and pieces to play and see who's the better strategist. He accepted, insisting that we play for honor. So I guess we win again. We found a critical opening and made a few inspired and aggressive moves and won the game. So good for us. I was just going to check if this guy has any dangerous alliances we should be concerned about, but he doesn't. I think we'll just go ahead and declare this right now. The council is in favor of it. So let's get going. No levy yet from our recently conquered city up in Antrim. The reveling and carousing is over for now, time to get back to real life. Okay, so we have a 30% chance of losing stressed. I did mention that I think that taking the carousing focus could get rid of this, but apparently going to other people's carousing parties can get rid of it too. It's a 30% chance either way. But I think we'll again hold off on taking the Games Master trait. And we're still stressed, it seems, but that's okay. Your steward comes to see you one afternoon. She explains that she has devised a plan to bring in exotic goods by setting up a trade route with a foreign realm. This would of course require a sizable monetary investment, but the potential profits would also be great. I'm not sure if we can afford this. I don't know if this is going to be scaled based on our income, but I think we should try to go for it anyway. Let's organize an expedition. Yeah, I think it is scaled based on our income because we can't afford this. The time has come to outfit a ship for our trading expedition. The harbour master shows you a large ship with a sizable cargo hold that would be perfect for this job, but it does come at quite a hefty price. I think we'll go the legit route and buy the ship instead of hiring bandits to steal it. The word has spread that you're planning a trading expedition, and a group of priests have arrived at your court with a request. They are offering temple funds for the journey, if you will allow them to come along on the journey. So I think they will sort of impede our trade mission by annoying the person that we're going to, if I remember this event correctly. But I think we'll take the gold anyway, since it's usually not too bad. Alright, so he's in the plains here. There is a river crossing to every county, I think. But I think we should have enough of a numbers advantage to beat him. We have 3 commanders available. I think this is because I appointed council members as commanders, which I probably should not have done. I bet we can revoke a commander title from him without annoying him too much, since he's our friend. And then appoint somebody else who we can actually have lead armies. So I guess we'll be our courtier here. Gender equality allowing us to have female commanders, of course. It is time to set out on the trading expedition. Hopefully it will yield good profits to foreign lands. We'll see where we end up. Raiders, okay. Court faction is now happy as well, which is good, I suppose. Though the prosperity faction is the one that we should be most worried about based on its power. Of course, its only member is quite happy with us, so I think they'll be fine. We'll wait till we have full morale before we actually march on our enemy here. So he's sieging very quickly. Maybe we should just go now. Okay, let's go. Your expedition has finally reached the realm of High Chief Tlokot. All the way over here. Okay. This guy. Your steward asked you what gift we shall bring forth as a token of friendship to the High Chief. We can pay 30 gold for a dozen strong horses and get plus 15 opinion, or be cheaper and get less. I think we'll go for the 30 gold. He's not a big fan of me as it is, and we're going to have a tough row to hoe here because he's zealous and thinks we're an infidel. So I think we have to try our best. Let's watch the battle as well while we're here. He has no commanders, so I think we might have a pretty easy time. At dinner, we notice the High Chief's face growing red with annoyance as he glares at your steward, shoveling food in with his bare hands. So we can annoy our steward by calling her a barbarian, or we can annoy the High Chief. I think we'll have to annoy the steward, unfortunately. We are walking idly around the corner of the High Chief when we suddenly hear a discussion increasing in intensity around the corner. Turning the corner, you're surprised to see one of the priests from your expedition engaged in a wild theological debate with a local noble. This could endanger the whole venture. So this is what I was talking about. We can annoy the bishop, or we can possibly gain the trait Zealous and annoy the High Chief. So I think we just annoy the bishop. After long hours of negotiating and discussing possible terms of trade, you and the High Chief seem to have arrived at a mutual understanding. I don't know what the actual opinion threshold that we have to get is, but maybe it's just any positive opinion is fine. So in any case, we get a profitable agreement, which is good. With the new trade routes set up, you return with the first batch of goods and sell them off for a nice profit. The influx of new wares will also benefit the economy for a long period to come. So we gain 185 gold, which I think more than pays us back for what we've spent on this. We gain 150 prestige, and we get trade route in Dublin, which gets us extra city, castle, and tribal tax. And we ourselves gain extra stewardship and vassal opinion. So this was definitely worthwhile, especially as a merchant republic. Your steward has brought in riches to your realm through her competent handling of the trading expedition, and she probably expects to be rewarded with a share of the wealth. So we can give her 32 gold and she's grateful, or we can maybe become greedy and annoy her. We'll reward her. Okay, so we won the battle easily enough. We'll follow them probably to here, I imagine they're going. Apologies, by the way, if my voice sounds a little rough. I do have a bit of a cold at the moment. We are going to catch them here and maybe wipe out their army. And in this case, we'll head to our target county and start sieging it. Though we're at 62% already. Oh, there's something in your hair. I rove my fingers at the place my servant pointed at. Lo and behold, some small clump of dirt was there. We lose a little prestige. Okay. So yes, hopefully my voice doesn't sound too bad, and if you hear any unexplained silences, I'm probably muting the mic to cough or drink some water or something. So hopefully that's not too distracting either. You wake up and go to the window to greet the sun, and then suddenly realize that your castle garden has been neglected for years and turned into an overgrown and chaotic disgrace. The weeds are knee-high, and the vines are making it almost impossible without having a sword at hand. Or almost impassable without having a sword at hand. Something needs to be done about this. We can make sure to make this a real garden with a glorious hedge maze, or say there's so little time. Of course we'll make a glorious hedge maze, what else would we do? It's hard work to clean out all the weeds from a huge garden. It will take many days and nights of hard labour to finish the preparatory work before you can even begin to grow the hedge maze. So we can do it ourselves and maybe become diligent, which I definitely think we would like to do. Or ask our rival patrician to help us and become close friends, which actually could be valuable as well. Oh, he's a gardener himself. I think we'll just do it ourselves, though. Fortunately, didn't become diligent. Alright, our steward writes to us with bad news. She has annoyed the peasants in Dublin, giving us extra revolt risk. And I think we had another revolt risk increasing event or modifier somewhere here. So this is national revolt risk, so our revolt risk in Dublin is going to be extra high. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that if and when it happens. Okay, our enemy here is actually managing to siege things, so I think we'll... See, we only need to leave about 600 to continue this siege. So we'll take the rest and go and attack him. Now that the hedges are planted and you just need to wait for them to grow, you turn your attention to other details that your garden needs. Should you add some statues to the dead ends of your maze? So we can add some magnificent statues of my family. People of our dynasty will appreciate the gesture, but it costs 60 gold. 60 gold for beautiful statues of religious figures. But the Pope will be impressed. Or we can lose prestige and put no decoration. I think I might just keep my money at this point. I don't think the 25 prestige is a big deal. And maybe we'll spend some money on something a little more useful to us. Like some upgrades in the capital. Although arguably we shouldn't improve the capital too much, since we stand to lose it in succession if we're not going to be the next Doge, or the next Grand Mayor, rather. So maybe we should improve our other city up here. No, I think we'll just improve the capital. I think it's probably worth it. So I think most of these are probably limited by not having city walls upgraded. So I guess we'll need to do that first. Pretty much no matter what. Right, we won the battle. And he actually has another army raised down here. We'll go and fight this as well while we're doing it. Any garden with self-respect has a fountain, someone told you once. Now you have the possibility to build a fountain for your garden to flaunt your extravagance. We can build a large fountain in the middle. Costs us 100 gold, but gives us monthly prestige. Which I'm not going to be too concerned about, I think. Or we can have a fountain and wine shall flow through it all days of the week, which is ridiculously extravagant. We'd lose the trade temperate, in fact, which we definitely don't want to do. We can say it's not worth spending money on. I don't want to say no to all of these, but I think we have better uses for the gold. Do we, though? I mean, we can't build any more trade posts yet. Oh, alright, we'll build a fountain. Not the wine fountain, though. That's just ridiculous. I mean, having the extra prestige is going to be helpful. For vassal opinion. It's time to fill out the rows of plants around the garden. You could either import exotic flowers from far away, or you could plant local species. We'll just do local flora for this. Let's actually take a look at world events and see what's going on with the Norman invasion of England. The Norman conquest. Norway is actually striking back. I think Duke William was at 60% or something last we looked. France is attacking the Holy Roman Empire as well. Interestingly. Well, good luck to them. There's a spot that is unused in a secluded part of the garden. Some people would say it's a perfect spot for a cozy pavilion. So we can get extra general opinion for 52 gold. I think we'll do this one. That seems okay. Alright, so we've wiped out their army. They do have another little army up here, though. I think our siege here is probably going to give us the victory, though. 99%, okay. Khan Tirak of Kran has decided to abandon nomadic life and settle down in Kran with his followers, making it a new homeland. We're the Pecheneg people. Wait, that's me? Alright, so they live over here. Interesting. Not of too much consequence to us. So, I assume we're not limited to 99. We're limited to 75 without sieging anything, but we have sieged something. So I think we are just going to have to continue with the siege of the lower holding here. The hedge maze and garden are finally finished. A complex hedge maze such as this is sure to grab the attention of people across the realm. While creating the garden, you also learned much about how to make things grow and flourish around you, flowers as well as relationships. So we can gain the trait gardener, which is extra stewardship and learning. And same trait opinion, and we know at least one of our relatively powerful vassals has gardener too. We can just gain 1 stewardship. I think we will become a gardener. That seems pretty good. One of our courtiers gave birth to a stillborn daughter. To everyone's astonishment, a galley belonging to the Ukinsala family that was thought lost years ago slipped quietly into port last night, so we gain 100 gold randomly, which is pretty good. Okay, we lost our trade post in a siege, not really a big deal, but we have won the siege of the lower holding, so we can enforce demands here. And gain back this county. And we can actually afford to hold it ourselves for the moment, so we may as well. I think we're better off holding 4 cities in our domain rather than a castle, and we actually have a castle in our capital here too. But for the time being, we'll hold the castles for the want of anything better. Alright, well, we're just about out of time for this episode, so we'll leave it here for now. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.